Okay, so we're back on the channel. It's not necessarily the best circumstances at all. We've just lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest at home. And look, what I could do right now is come on here and rant and rave about the performance and say how absolutely rubbish we were. And look, we'll get into that. There were some absolutely horrendous performances. But what I'd rather do is go for a list of points that I've got, which is like, how can we improve from today? 2 points here in one. The left-hand side and 4 at the back. We've talked about this quite a lot, about Chilwell and Colwill. Colwill's obviously playing as an effective left back. Chilwell today started as a left winger. Poch didn't move the team around too much. Effectively, we were playing with the same team that we were expecting, the same team that we saw previous week. The key one to change here is that Chilwell is not a left winger. We have signed how many wingers? I think we have 8 or 9 in the squad right now. It's a crazy amount. Let's start one. Obviously, you're looking at players like Mudryk. He's been injured. He hasn't necessarily been fit. Noni Maduiki's coming back from an injury. Fair enough. Cole Palmer's just back in the team. Again, came on, played well. So I understand why he's done it. But I think going forward now, and this is what the key thing that we're talking about here, is not like necessarily what happened today, but it's about going forward. I don't necessarily want to see Chilwell playing in that position anymore. And so we just need to scrap that and play attacking players in the attacking mid position. I thought we were completely anemic down that left-hand side today, and I don't really think we had many chances there at all. For the next game, I don't mind if Colwill starts on the left-hand side, but what I don't want him doing is bombing on down the left wing and trying to be a left-back. Like, he isn't necessarily that sort of player. What I'd rather he do is inverts, tucks in, sits alongside that back three with Thiago Silva in the middle and Disasi on the right-hand side. Let Gusto bomb on, and let's have a proper left winger on that side. So that's my first point. And then the next point that I want to talk about is a double pivot. We've seen in the last few games that we've been playing more of a 4-3-3 as opposed to a 4-2-3-1. And I don't think that's necessarily working with the personnel that we've got in there right now. Look, I don't want to single out Caicedo, but what I would say here is that he's looking a bit isolated, and that's not necessarily his fault per se. It's more about the tactical setup and having bodies around him. Enzo has obviously been told to push and bomb on and be that number 10 role. And I think today he didn't really cover himself in glory. I thought he was a little bit too far advanced, and he basically left Caicedo and Gallagher alone. And Gallagher, again, isn't a holding midfield player. It just feels like we're putting square pegs in round holes again. And look, I've been saying over and over again that I thought Enzo was better attacking, and I want him to be unleashed and the ability for him to bomb on and get forward there. But also, I felt that we looked a lot more solid today when he was alongside Caicedo, when we had 2 defensively minded midfielders that were able to pick up possession and hold the ball. That's the key thing with Gallagher for me. I'm not saying that Gallagher cannot play a central midfield role, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't be playing him in my team. In fact, I strongly recommend that we do, and I like him a lot, especially with the injuries that we've got. What I'm more saying is that I want Enzo, who is technically better, holding the ball, also in tackling. And then I want Gallagher, who can ping a shot, can beat a man, can get balls through in the final third. I want them playing in those positions. So I think next game we need to see those positions sort of moved around. Let's put Enzo next to Caicedo, and let's put Gallagher further forward. Next thing I want to talk about is playing players in more conventional positions, and we've talked about it quite a lot right already. Chilwell playing on the left-hand side, Gallagher being deeper, Enzo being further forward. Palmer then comes on as a number 10. Then we leave Enzo by himself completely in midfield. And effectively that's where I felt we lost it today. And look, again, it's not necessarily saying that Poch has made a complete mess with the system. And obviously these players have got to bed in and take their time and improve. That's what we've got to let them do. But if we are going to do that, maybe what we need to do is play the players in the positions that they're more comfortable with. I.e., for example, playing Maatsen as a more conventional left back and letting him play there. You know, seeing Chilwell as a more conventional left back, having Gusto the ability to bomb on, having a pivot next to Caicedo, allowing bodies next to Jackson, for example, and we'll get into that a bit more in a second. But I think we almost need to go back to basics a little bit here. And really, this loss has come at a very good time now, because effectively we've got 2 weeks for the boys to train and play together. Obviously, a lot of them will be going away on international duty, but the ones that stay need time with Pochettino. He needs to condition them, he needs to talk to them about their mentality and talk to them about their overall positioning and their tactics. Because what I want to happen is the players that aren't away, that are coming back from injury, I want them coming and I want them being effective in the first team. There's a lot of players that we're missing out on at the moment. For example, Broja isn't fit. Badiashile, who played so well last year, isn't fit. Lavia isn't match fit. There's so many players that we've got to come back and will affect the games when they are back in the squad. I'm really looking forward to having a team and a squad that are fully fit, raring to go, because I think really that's one of the areas that we're missing out on, because we don't necessarily have the impact and the ability to come off the bench, and that is a disgrace. when we're talking about £1 billion spent over 3 windows. It's just not good enough. There are immeasurable benefits to playing a settled starting 11. Your first team know that they're valued, they know how to play together, they're building connections. So I understand why Poch's done that. And look, throughout his career, he does often stick with the starting 11 and bloods them and backs them. So I understand what he's doing. My perspective is slightly different here. What I would say is that we need to mix up the team a little bit more. The reason why I'm saying that is because there is so much analysis and insight that goes on behind the scenes now with scouting oppositions, right? Forest are going to know our team sheet before we've even played. They're going to know that Chilwell is going to be high in advance on the left-hand side. They're going to know that we're going to want to ping balls over the top. And what they do is they sit back and they know exactly what to expect. So sometimes you just need to mix that up. Pep does this so well. Whenever you look at his team sheets, and this is why I hate it on FPL so much, the Pep Roulette, you never know which Man City asset he's going to go for. You don't know what shape he's going to set up with. You don't know who's going to be moving into the space, who's going to be attacking. You don't know how many attackers he's going to have. And we need to be a bit smarter here. And so I think if he did roll the dice and make a few rogue decisions and a few rogue inclusions within the team sheet, that might set us up in a different way and it might give us the advantage that we need. And what I would say today is we started far too defensively, and we've been saying it over and over again. We don't want to see 5 over the back, and people have been saying that that's the formation that we've been playing, and it's not. We've been playing a 4, but we've been playing a 4 with defensive minded players. So look, let's just go back to basics. Let's have a back 4. Let's play Chilwell on the left hand side, fair enough. Then let's let the right hand side bomb on. Let's have 2 pivots that are defensively minded, that are there to ping balls forward, and then let's have attackers as attackers. Let's have a proper out and out number 10. That could be Cole Palmer coming in for the time being while Nkunku isn't fit. Then you can have players like Noni Madueke and Mudryk coming in and being the very attacking potent threat that we need with pace and the ability to beat men. I thought today we just were so poor at the one-on-one play. You can't always expect players to just beat a man and make a difference in a game. It just doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you need to play through people, sometimes you need to play vertical passes and get in behind that way. And I feel that's really where we were let down today, mainly because of the team selection. So look, this was not the performance we wanted today. And I feel that there were so many mistakes throughout the team, through the selection. But as I've just been explaining, I feel that there are reasons to be positive, and I feel that we can turn this around. But what today has proven more than anything is that we are in a complete transition, and maybe we as Chelsea fans need to temper our expectations this year. Maybe Champions League is out of reach. We've already lost 2 games. It's a considerable blow to our chances and our expectations, and with every loss it means every other game has more pressure and more expectations on it. When we start playing very difficult games, they're going to be even harder now. And so look, there are green shoots here. And obviously there is quality and potential in the team. I think what today has proven is that we're on the start of the journey. We're going down a very long path to get Chelsea back to the top, winning leagues, competing in the Champions League, competing for every single cup competition. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of the game today. Who let us down? Who would you be putting in the team sheet when we return from the international break? And also, what are your expectations for the season now? Are you now thinking that Champions League is out of reach? I want to know. I will be in the comments, so let me know what you think. And before I go, I just want to tell you guys quickly about Aveste Apparel. As you guys know, it is my streetwear brand, my clothing company. And I want to tell you about a very cool drop that we've just had from Solace Clothing. It's a brand new football top. It's inspired by the greats, Inter Milan AC striped shirts. It's a beautiful green and black colour. Check that one out. And if you want to find the best collection of t-shirts on the internet, make sure you hit the link in the description below. Appreciate all the love on there. And don't forget, I'll be on the kickoff tomorrow. We are streaming Arsenal versus Man United at 4 o'clock. I want to see as many of you there as possible. Let me know when you're joining in the chat. It will mean the world to me to see some of you there. And yeah, that was a really bad performance. And so I'm very grateful for you listening to me and getting this far in the video. If you did get this far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got now over 2,000 people here, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you for joining me on the journey so far. Thank you so much. I'll leave the video there and I'll speak to you again very soon.